Well, good morning. It's Monday morning. It's just about 9 o'clock. And we believe that we pretty much have a motorcycle that's ready for the first start. So we're going to turn it around facing the other way. We're going to hang the exhaust pipe and muffler on this side. We're going to set the static ignition timing with the primary cover temporarily in place and see if we get any indication that the bike wants to run. If it wants to run, then we will do the static timing, the strobe timing, and see what happens. Right now we need to turn it around, put the exhaust pipe on, put the gas tank on, make new gas lines, and see if we can get a first start. And the fun just never stops. All right, we believe that we have a bike that's really close to first start. We're installing the Tri-Spark ignition system. We have the other side of the bike set to full advance. We did that with the cover on and then set it to 28 degrees. And a point to make here, I want you all to think about this. You'll read the instructions when you do this kind of stuff that says rotate the engine past the point you want and then back it up a little bit in order to take the slack out of the gears. This is true if you're turning the engine over by rotating the rear wheel in fourth gear. You go past the point that you're going for and then you back up to take the slack out of the gears between this side of the motor and that side of the motor, and the camshaft, which is where you mount the mag pickup. But if you're able to get a wrench on this side, if this side is open and you're turning the engine with a wrench socket and you're coming around, just come around to the right setting and leave it there. You do not have to go past it and back. That's actually counterproductive. Bring it around and stop, because that takes all the slack out of the timing gears all by itself. So think on that for a few minutes. I think we're right. So we're working with the rear wheel on this one because the pointer is on the case. We did go just past top full advance, and then we did back it up so that it was exactly on 28 degrees because we were using the rear wheel method. Okay, going back over here, we've got the Tri-Spark installed. It came with the bike. Okay, now I'm not going to say that. It came with the bike.
It came with the bike.
It's a really, really, really good system. I've heard that it is far superior in performance than all of its predecessors, the other systems. I don't know that to be true. But people swear by it, and it's great. So it's in. During the setup, I put the ground wire to ground with a jumper rather than trying to use the pillar bolt. And normally, when I install a Tri-Spark, I run 3 wires to it. I run black and white, black and yellow, and a red all the way down through the cable and up here and ground them. But I don't even know how to explain this.
Yeah.
I run the ground up the wire,
Yeah.
and go to ground up here. I don't like grounding to the pillar bolt because it's a poor ground if you're adjusting something. And anyway, when you run your 2 wires here up the bike, take the red wire up also and ground it up at the top. I don't like grounding to a pillar bolt. Enough said. So right now we've got the little light on. I'll show you how you rotate it to where the light just comes on. I gotta loosen it. Okay. See that? Right there. That's where you set it, just to where it just came on. Snug it down, and the bike will run at this setting, and then we can strobe check the timing on the other side. So we've got the preliminary timing set. We're going to go ahead and put the tank on and see if we can get a first start. Okay, that's where we are. Okay, we're coming up on first start. We've got a quart and a half of oil in the primary oil tank. That's more than enough for the first start. We just made a whole new set of gas lines that go up and over very nicely. Yes, they're clear, but they're made for gasoline and they're very nice. Kevin's taking the cover off this front rocker box right here. We're going to put about 6 ounces of oil into the head so it will drain down into the sump for the first start to have some splash oil down there, because we did dump the sump when we drained out all the oil. So there's no oil in the sump, and I like to have oil in the sump when I first start a bike. Now, this bike has all black oil lines. Here they are, and going up to the rockers, all nice and black. So we're not going to be able to watch the oil the way we do when they're clear. So we're going to run it, hopefully, and quickly check the oil flow coming up to the tank just as fast as we can to make sure we have oil being returned. If we have oil being returned, that means we have oil being circulated, hopefully, theoretically. It's going to take a while because it's got a brand new oil filter on it also. So Nortons have oil filters. There's no way to fill the oil filter before putting it on. You can, because it's a horizontal fit, and as soon as you turn it horizontal to screw it on, all the oil you put in the filter falls out on the ground. So you got a whole oil system here that needs to be filled, and you don't want to run the engine too much to let it fill. So we're going to start it with the splash oil in the sump and watch for oil flow real quick and see how it goes. So when you're putting oil up in here, it's a pain in the butt. I use a turkey baster and squeeze it in way up high over top of the rocker so it doesn't come gushing back out. So that's what we're going to do. Be back with you in a few minutes. All right, this is not actually the first start we just tried. The bike is trying to start. So I'm going to show you what it's doing right now and that it's actually trying to start, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do. All right, so we got gas on, you got the key on, we got carb, no choke, and let's see what happens when Kevin spins it over. All right, now we'll take it.
We'll take it.
I'll be darned. It was not starting. So you just saw live online the very first start. This is cool. We're going to go again, and we will get this. We're going to put the cover on, since it runs. Okay, that means that our timing is close enough for it to run. Now we're going to put the cover on the primary and use the timing mark with a strobe light to set the ignition timing. So we have a runner. That was kind of cool.
It was a surprise, yeah.
We were just going to show you that it was trying to start, but not really. And then it started. Cool, that was historic. All right, we're going to do some fine tuning. All right, we got her started. It's sounding semi-good. That's the timing light down there. Does not seem to be following the pilot jet at all. Okay, I think we've got to clogged pilot jet because it's not doing anything. Alright, so we'll go back into the carburetor a little bit. Okay, we got a runner. We got good oil flow. It's not following the pilot air jet adjuster at all. So we're going to go back into the carburetor and check the pilot jet and see if that's gotten clogged up. But we got a runner, and the timing is dead nuts on the other side when we strobed it. So we can tighten down the tri-spark, put the ground wire back onto the pillar bolt, and work on the carburetor for a little. Okay, we have a running bike. Timing is set, engine is running. Not too great because I think the carburetor needs a little adjusting. We're going to check the pilot jet, see if we can fix up that idle and off idle, but it revs nicely. The clutch cable is too short. I'm going to order a new one, and we'll get to this. I'm out until Wednesday, so the bike is going to sit until Wednesday. I'll order the parts, the cable right away, but that's as far as we can go today. I have to wash up, turn into a civilian, dress up, and go out to do some things I have to do. So anyway, we're down to the last few bits and pieces. It's getting right down scarce. I got an adjuster, and a cap, and a cable. So I'm going to order a longer cable, and we'll pick this up come Wednesday. But the bike is running. The bike is passing oil beautifully. It's revving and idling, just a lot of hesitation on coming off of idle. And that pretty much says pilot jets. So that's where we are. I will come back online next Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, and it is 12:30, and I should have stopped half an hour ago.